Welcome back to Brazen Brits. A year ago, last week, we moved to Florida. We sold our farm in Virginia, we moved to Florida. We wanted to stay here during the winter, basically snowbirding, and then we're going to RV travel in the summer. However, this year we haven't travelled that much. We've done a few trips, and we wanted to give you the 5 worst things we found about living in Florida.
Yep.
It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder. Ooh, I just wonder.
So the first thing on our list is actually the first thing that was on the top pros of being in Florida, and that is the weather.
We didn't really plan to be here during the summer, but we moved here in March, so we wanted to get settled and everything like that. Anyway, we were here until July, I think. We did the occasional trip in the RV. We got here till July, and the heat was unbearable.
And it wasn't just the heat though, it was the hurricanes as well. I will say that the storms were worse than the hurricanes that we actually experienced, but just kind of that threat, the constant storms, the rain. June, July, it rains. It rained constantly. I don't think it let up. And then, when it finally started to brighten up, that humidity hit, and it was something else.
It was tough. But anyway, so the weather in the summer is pretty bad. It's tough. You can't go outside for longer than 20 minutes without pouring with sweat. Number 2 is financial. We saved a lot of money on no state taxes. We mentioned it in our last video, but number 2 is car insurance and home insurance.
Ooh, car insurance went up 4 times. 4 times the amount that it was in Virginia.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Now, we didn't shop around initially. We didn't think it would be such a shock. We knew it was a little bit more here than what we thought, but man, so we stayed with our original provider for a while, and so we just were shocked about how much that went up. We thought maybe a third, something like that. No, it was a lot. So prepare for that.
Yes.
Car insurance and home insurance. Home insurance. I couldn't even find home insurance.
Really? Is that because of the flooding?
No, it's because, I asked the insurance guy, and he said it's because there's so many hurricanes and storms, they don't even want to insure home insurance. So there was, I don't know how true this is, but there was a big insurance company said, hey, we're not making any money at all on home insurance in Florida, so we're pulling out. We're not doing home insurance anymore. And because it was one of the biggest, the state of Florida were worried that all the other companies would then pull out as well, because they're probably in the same deal. So they actually said, well, if you're not providing home insurance, you can't provide car insurance. And they do make money on car insurance. So
that's probably why they hiked the car insurance up.
Yeah, it is. That's why the car insurance is, because it pays for that. But also the car insurance, the reason why that is so high is because there is a lot of tourists here. There is a lot of uninsured drivers, and there's a lot of elderly drivers with small, dings and things. But it's really the uninsured.
Be prepared for that.
So they're expensive if you're moving here.
3 is quite a big one for me, more so than you.
This is Natalie's biggest hate of living in Florida.
It is, and I'm very over it, is the alligators. Unsurprisingly, but it wouldn't be so much of an issue if we didn't have dogs, I guess, because apparently they don't annoy humans. But even on days that I have been paddleboarding and I'm not with the dogs, they're everywhere, and it's terrifying trying to paddleboard past an 8-foot gator that looked like it could just take you out with a blink of an eye. So gators, yes, we knew they were here, we're not stupid, but I do miss just being able to take dogs down to a lake and letting them swim. I mean, we have the pool, it's not the end of the world, but I do miss that.
And it's things like the trails, and it's not just the gators either, is it? It's more, we have snakes.
No, so we got the snakes, the scorpions, spiders, the cockroaches.
They can all kill you. Not the cockroaches, but they...
Mosquitoes actually hasn't been a bigger problem as everyone warned us, and I don't know if that's just a location thing, but actually we haven't had a problem with mosquitoes. But certainly a lot of these
We need to be careful even around here. We had a scorpion in our mailbox. We had, what was a snake? A coral snake in the garden that the dogs were playing with, which is just absolutely deadly snake. And all of these things can kill you. If you go on a trail somewhere, there's these things around. Rattlesnakes hide in leaves.
Pygmy rattlesnakes are a big issue at the moment.
So all of these things you've got to be careful not to step
Snakes! He's here, we're safe.
I don't even know what that was. things like that. So when you feel something crawling up your leg, you do that, okay? Because it can kill you. And we had to call out pest control on the property because we found a whole bunch of brown widows everywhere. They were everywhere.
Yes, yeah. We didn't even know what a brown widow was until he came out and went, yeah, you don't want those.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Same as black widows, but they're brown, but they're just as poisonous. So, and they were everywhere. Number 4 for us could be a good thing or a bad thing for you. It depends on you. Now, we are here on a green card. We are guests in the US. America allows us to live and work here.
Thank you.
But it means that we can't vote. So we are not US citizens yet. So we cannot vote. And politics is huge here. Everyone has opinion. They're strong opinions. Everyone wants to talk about it. And we try and stay out of it because we have no control. We listen and we nod and we smile. And we don't really have any strong opinions because we have no say. We're just happy to be here. So, but it can get tiring sometimes, no matter where you go, whether it's the gym or the grocery store or a car show or anything like that.
It's
Politics is everywhere. And everyone feels strongly about it, which is great, but it's a shame. We have no control. So
just be aware for that.
be aware.
So our 5th one, again, could be more location specific. It's not necessarily all of Florida. However, we have found that the crime rates do tend to run a lot higher down here than they did in Virginia.
Which is interesting because we haven't seen that.
No, but we're on part of these neighbourhood things and they talk about sometimes just petty crimes, but it's definitely a lot more, even just hearing from them, of things being stolen out of your yards and stuff. And we never really had that problem in Virginia, anywhere that we've been in Virginia.
No, we lived in a few places in Virginia and we didn't have a problem. But honestly, we haven't been a victim of crime here either. We have been a victim of crime in Texas a lot for the few weeks we were there. And down here, we don't really see anything at all.
And that might just be a location thing. Like I said, we are in a not hot spot. We're residential, we're out of the way, and everyone does seem to look after everyone here. So,
and we live in Crystal River, if we didn't mention that, which is kind of a very slightly touristy place. There's the Three Sisters Springs here. People come and see those, and they go for there's lots of springs around, but Three Sisters is most popular. So it's a little bit touristy, and then the rest is residential. So it's a very nice area. But I think the biggest problem around here is drugs. It's like meth. Which again, we have only ever seen evidence of one person on meth, and she was very entertaining.
You have?
Oh, I have. I don't leave the house.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, but they're never crime. It's not violent crime. We've never seen any thefts. I've never seen any crime around here. So I'm surprised.
Because you don't leave the house, sweetheart.
No, I don't leave the house. There's never any crime in my office. I can tell you that.
There's no crime in his office to the toilet.
And kitchen.
And
And we have a bonus one.
Yes.
Number 6. I know you said 5, but number 6, which is another thing.
We could just keep saying number 5, like the alligator.
Just keep
thing.
number 5 again is one thing we didn't realise we missed. Natalie did, but I didn't realise I missed it until we went up to Indiana. We did a big trip in August
even
last
Tennessee.
year. Yes, but on the way to Indiana, we drove through Tennessee and we missed the greenery and the mountains and the scenery and things like that. And Florida isn't like that. There are some
very
places.
swampy.
We drove through one place recently and I was like, wow, we didn't even realise there were hills. But no, it's just very flat, pine trees, sun.
But we did kind of know, to be fair, before we moved down. Only because people kept saying to us, why are you going there? It's so flat and swampy.
We didn't realise we would miss that.
No, true. But because we travel, it doesn't matter, right? The whole point is we'd be here in the winter and then, we can just go up to Georgia and see some.
And honestly, we went back up, we went to Indiana and then back down through Virginia to see where we used to live and see some friends. And we appreciated it much more than when we lived there.
That's true, yes.
And so I think you always kind of want not what you can't have, but what you don't have. So we appreciated that, and then we also appreciated when we came back here to the nice weather, and
we had our pool.
Nice, and our pool. Yeah, it was good.
And the beaches.
And the beaches and paddleboarding. And, oh, it's like paradise. All right.
But we always be honest, and so that's why we were giving you some of our negative points. And again, if you have any questions and you're thinking about moving down here and you're like, hey, I want to expand on that, how long do you stay in the area? when do you think is a good month to leave, then don't hesitate to reach out. We have now done this for a year, so I feel like we're not experts by any means, but at least we can give you a bit of a better overview.
Yes. Right. Now, don't forget to check out our video from last week where we covered the 5 best things about living in Florida. But in the meantime, I'll put that link up here. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you'd like to be a member and become a Braziere and support a couple of tits, you can join the membership here. And thank you to all of our members who are already supporting us. We appreciate you.